Hello and welcome to today's podcast. On today's podcast, I have a friend of mine, Joseph. One of the reasons I bring my friends on the show is so that we have a different, if you can hear, it's a background sound. That's my friend preparing his voice. Like it's a vocal warm up. So one of the reasons I have my friends come up, or people I know come up, most of them are my friends, come up to speak on a particular subject. It's so that we can have different view, not just my view. I want to see other people's view. I want to listen to other people's view, and you also should have other people's view. So that's why I bring my people on the show. Sure you get. So, Joseph, welcome. How was your day?
It was fine.
Your day was fine.
I went to church.
You went to church.
Praise the Lord.
Joseph is a church boy.
Yeah,
He's a child of God.
And I LBS.
And your experience. Please, we are looking for a lady for Valentine is coming. Please don't let Joseph eat beans on
I
Valentine's
will
Day.
go buy some chicken if I can get.
Yeah. Alright, so Joseph, I was thinking, like, what does commitment mean? I mean commitment. In fact, I was going to say commitment in the sense of career. Like, how do you stay committed to the course you take? How do you stay committed to service in church? How do you stay? At what measure? What can you measure your commitment with? Like, at what point do you say, okay, yes, I'm committed to what I do?
These questions are deep. Okay, the commitment is basically how dedicated you are to a cause. It depends on. Most times, our level of commitment is due to the reason why we choose to be committed to something. So let's take an example. Let's say you choose to be committed to your studies and, let's say you made up your mind to graduate with a first class honors, and the reason why you made your dedication was because you know that when you graduate, you need a job, and that's your certificate, that's your entry. So basically, your determination and your commitment depends on you and what's the factor, what are the reasons why you made the commitment in the first place. So that's one of the ways you can increase your commitment to a cause, I believe.
Okay, so you're saying one of the things that make you committed to a cause is you having a why.
Yeah, your why is very important.
The why, I think, do you know Simon Sinek? You don't know Simon Sinek? Okay, Simon Sinek is a writer and also a speaker. I think he always focuses so much on why. He says if you want something to succeed, then you must have a very strong why. You must have a very strong why. And I think that's what you're trying to start. I think that's what you're saying as well.
Fundamentally, yes. Everything boils down to why. Why were you created? Why did you come to school? Why did you want to do? Why do you want to do that things you choose to do? Why do you want to date that girl? Why do you love him? Everything is why. Why do I choose to eat beans on Sunday? That's why.
Right. So, my second question was, at what point would you say that you are committed to a cause?
Commitment basically shows the sacrifice you give towards the cause. You can't say you are committed without any sacrifice being made. For example, most of you are all students, so I would choose to use the student life as an example more.
Yeah.
So let's say you're committed to getting a first class, then you have to make sacrifices. Maybe you sacrifice your sleep, you sacrifice going out to parties, you sacrifice maybe watching movies just like once a week or something. Your level of sacrifice basically determines how far you're committed, and it shows how serious you take your commitment.
Okay. Thank you for that. I recently got a new, it's in sync with what you said. I recently got a new definition of commitment, and they said you can tell you are committed when you stop giving excuses for doing that thing, or for let's say you're supposed to take a course now, like an actual course, like let's say an online course now, and you keep giving excuses for not doing it. That shows they are not committed. But the point you stop giving excuses and just do it, that actually means you are committed to doing that thing. I used to think before that commitment was somehow connected to diligence. Or is there a difference between commitment and diligence? Would you say there's a difference?
Okay, your commitment will show your diligence.
Okay.
Because the thing is that we choose to measure commitment in huge factors. Okay, let's say you're taking a course.
Yeah.
Let's say you took a course on designs and fundamentals of designs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just watching like 5 minutes of it daily, or watching 10 minutes of it daily, or just watching a module per day is enough diligence to ensure that you are committed to it. So you don't have to maybe watch the whole thing that instant, consistently. I think the breakdown fundamentally, I use fundamentally a lot because I try to look at the first principle by Aristotle and stuff.
Okay.
But looking at it down to the core, commitment is just about being diligent consistently, that's day by day, and it does not have to be this huge commitment, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, daily. And before you know, you would have gone in huge measures. Yeah, and I remember this person that said that if you eat a spot for just once, I think say something about eating a spot in a rock just once for maybe 600 days or something, maybe 60 days or something, it would gradually crack than just going there and consistently eating it. And there's also this proverb that says that the water can cut through a rock, but it does not do it instantly. It's always about consistency, just going smoothly, consistently eating it and chipping away. So basically, they are the same.
Thank you, boss. Oga. Okay, and I think, I was having a conversation with one of my friends recently, I think 2 weeks ago. We should know Peculiar Tobiloba. Yeah, so I was having a conversation with him, and he also chipped this in as a Christian, like how even this can be applied in Christianity, that you don't have to, the first time you're praying, you don't have to pray 6 hours. That you should start with, even if it's 5 minutes, start with 5 minutes, and over time you would build 5 minutes, then challenge yourself next time to do 15 and continue to grow like that. And when you're fasting, if you have to fast as a Christian too, you can do, I think he mentioned you can actually fast till 10, then next time challenge yourself to fast till 12, then next time challenge yourself to fast till 2. And I think doing it gradually makes it a part of you. Breaking it down gradually makes it a part of you, and before you know it, it becomes an habit. It's not something that you have to struggle with next time. So when let's say I'm trying to take a course now, and then you're like, I'm going to finish this 5 hours course straight, and you've never ever done a 4 hours course before, I think that in most times you might lack consistency, right? Yeah, because it's not yet a part of you. So commitment commitment has to be a part of you for it to be commitment. Diligence has to be a part of you for it to be diligence. So it's having to do the little things that matter. Little things that matter, but making it like an habit, so that as you grow, it becomes a part of you, and before you know it, you are beginning to aim at higher things, and you don't even notice that you've grown. Why? Because you did it step by step. Doing 5 hours today and not doing anything at all for the next 5 months is zero. But doing, even if it's 1 chapter per day, 1 verse per day, you can do. If it's 1 page per day, just consistency. Doing it, no matter how little, but just making sure you do it. And not just doing it for the sake of taking it off your goal list, but for the sake of actually completing, like achieving something, getting what you want, achieving what you need to achieve from doing that task. So commitment, we need to learn, we should try to be committed to things that we need to do. And then there's something about, there's a case of just saying it, and then there's the part of doing. I think a lot of us just focus on saying it, on just planning it and never doing. So, Mr. Joseph, I'm calling you Mr. Joseph. So, Bread Boy, how can we not just keep talking about it and actually start taking actions? Okay, you said the why. So, how do you find your why?
If your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not your why. Okay, that was just a motivational speech.
By who?
I don't know. I
think we hear you. What did you say? If
your why does not make you cry,
does not make us cry,
then you have to find another why.
Wow.
It's one of these motivational speeches.
Who said it?
I don't know.
You don't know his
speech. I know the actually. So
okay.
I think finding your why, it's basically our why can be tied to 2 things: our desires or our pain.
Oh.
So where do you desire to go to? So let's say, okay, you have this. I'll provide a student, maybe if they have to graduate with the first class honors, then you show your commitment to it. And in the situation of pain, let's say you're in 300 level and your result was bad, but then you choose to commit yourself to reading to do better. So basically, you see your last result and you be like, oh, I can do better. Then daily, you commit yourself to it. Take that small step, an hour reading, just reading ahead of the lectures, watching those YouTube tutorials, asking that friend, attending tutorials. Those are if you look at it, it all started from the pain or desire. Then daily, you start working on it and it becomes your daily commitment to what you want.
Thank you. So, first of all, the reason you're most likely not committed to that thing is because you've not found your why. How do you find your why? Mr. Joseph already said our why is connected, yeah, to 2 things: our desires and our pain. So if you're finding it hard to discover what your why is, like that thing that's going to keep you going, like you said, if your why does not make you cry, then you need to find your why. Because there'll be times where you're down and the only thing that will keep you going is your why. Why did you start in the first place? There'll be times when you're going to feel like you are worse, you don't deserve any of these things, and the only thing that will keep you going is your why. So your why has to make you cry, in the sense that I'm sure what that means, like it just has to touch a deep part of you. I don't think it necessarily
don't cry. You have to cry, but it has to be something you really want. Like it has to be something you can go on day after day, week after week. You don't need external motivation. That's what it's basically talking about. You don't need someone outside telling you do this, do that. You know what you should do, and you should know when to do it too. Basically, that's the why. That's the why. You don't have to literally cry. Don't cry. I'm not there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph. I hope with these few points of ours, na joke, no be debate, I hope that you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things. Please don't just acquire knowledge. Put these things into practice. Apply them. Once you're done listening to the podcast, you can probably do a mind mapping. What are my desires? What are my pains? What are those things that when I see they get to me, that I think that I can do better with? Your pain could just be as little as you see a design, someone makes a design, and you're feeling like, if I was the one who does that thing, I feel like I could do it better. Like, that could be your pain. But then it has to really, it has to be like a drill in your heart. Something that is a drill in your heart that keeps you going. No matter what, even when there is no light, you find a way to do it. Even when there is literally all the obstacles are right before you, you just don't never ever see an excuse for doing that thing. You just keep heading over and continue. So before we say it's a wrap, Mr. Joseph, do you have any other thing to say?
I have two things to say actually.
Okay,
so most of the times when we make a desire, when we make a point, like we say, we made up our mind that okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I think it would be nice, because basically as a student, they see your results, they generally are pained.
sure.
But most likely on the third day, the pain has vanished.
Sure, yeah.
So you might have made a commitment on the day you saw your result that okay, I'm going to wait 3 hours a day, back to back. But 5 days after, the pain has gone, the motivation don't go. You're just like, oh, it's gonna scam. But you can basically remind yourself, maybe through an instance of an alarm, or maybe just a reminder, something that brings it up to your subconscious again that okay, you have to do this. I use alarms generally. My alarms are just like my notebook. If they ring like this, I know what I should be doing. So you can use different methods. Maybe you have a note, write out your plans for the day and ensure that you take it daily, and that's it. And I would love to use this opportunity to thank Gweshi. I call her Gweshi for bringing me on, and thank you guys for listening. Peace.
Okay, so I guess that's signing out. I feel like that you just signed out. So let me to sign out. So thank you so much, Bread Boy, for giving us your time, and thank you listening for your time, for giving us your ears. Please, like I said before, don't just listen, don't just acquire knowledge. Actually do something about the knowledge you acquire. Thank you so much and have a nice week. Valentine is next week. Goodbye. Bye-bye.